All right, welcome back, fans. Welcome to episode 78 of the Cinephellas podcast. I'm back with the boys. We're here to talk movies and TV shows and all the latest news. How are you guys?
Awesome, man.
Doing good.
I'm doing great, man.
Doing good.
Good to see everybody. Yesterday was a big day for movies. A bunch of original movies premiered on the streaming services. We got a couple of TV shows back. I know a couple of you guys have seen both of the big releases, King of Staten Island and Da 5 Bloods. So who wants to start with their impressions on that?
I watched Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I watched it.
That's another one. Yeah, totally forgot about that one.
That movie is $125 of garbage. But it makes me want to read the books because I saw an interesting story there, but Disney just completely butchered it.
Yeah, because I never read the books, so I was actually interested in the movie, but you're saying it's garbage, so that took all the energy.
Oh yeah, that's from I could tell that it was a terrible adaptation. It was
So
terrible.
it belongs on Disney Plus then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen all the reviews. They've been terrible, so I'm not even going to waste my time.
Maybe that's why Disney made sure they put it onto Disney Plus so they didn't lose a lot of money on there.
This thing would have bombed terribly if it was released. Yeah. What's
You
up?
actually reviewed a new movie on the site?
Oh, Bad Boys, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really behind on the I'm planning to do that in the next few days to catch up.
Yeah, that was the last movie I saw in theaters.
Oh, Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was Invisible Man. That's the last one. What about you guys?
Yeah, Invisible Man.
Invisible Man.
Yeah, that was back in February, I believe.
I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. It might have been Sonic, honestly.
Yeah. Bob, remember you're at the movie theater, sitting right next to us?
At Pet Cemetery.
Yeah. You're like, were you at the movies? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how did you know? And you're like, oh,
I was
sit by you.
two things down. I was like, I don't know what that is because I've had that happen where I'm like, I know that guy. Go and say hi, and it's not the person I thought it was.
It was dark in there too, but that's funny.
And also, maybe my body knew right off the bat that it was about to see some horrible, horrible film.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, I just did not. I couldn't get into it.
Not me either.
The new one?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible. I didn't like that one either.
I was so excited for it, and it was a big disappointment.
When they said John Lithgow was going to play Judge, I was like, all right, I love John Lithgow. And I felt like they were like, pretend to be this. Okay, don't act. Just pretend to be this, and we're good.
Yeah.
He didn't even have the accent, which kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, and not, I don't mind the changes they made, but why in Act 3 did it feel like all of a sudden it became a dark comedy?
Yeah.
Like, the daughter's dragging the dad, and you're just like, oh, this just, even she's making a face as well. Like, it just didn't feel right.
Right. It was a mess.
Did someone see King of Staten Island? Just because I heard so much good about it.
No, not yet.
I love it.
It was good?
Yeah, I watched it.
You guys haven't seen it yet?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, it's pretty good. It's you all know the story. Pete Davidson. So they take some real life, I guess, events of his, like his dad dying in 9/11. But it was actually pretty good. It is a little too long, but other than that, it doesn't really bother me that it's that long.
That's what I heard in every review. It's a little too long.
Yeah, but Judd Apatow for like the last 10 years, all his movies have been a little too long.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Just say
kinda
funny
dragged. Yeah, it did. Could have been like 20 minutes shorter.
And I feel like I'm in the minority. It's a good movie. I like Pete Davidson's character, even though it's kind of himself. But he's someone who doesn't even try at life, and it was hard to root for him because he just sits at home all the time. He's getting high all the time. You can't really root for this person if they don't even care about anything. But
Yeah.
it does have a good ending, and he has some kind of sweet personality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How was Bill Burr?
He was good, actually. I really liked him. He was funny, actually.
He's
Someone literally told me the reason to watch it is Bill Burr.
Yeah,
I was going to watch it
He has a
regardless.
big part in it, yeah.
Burr.
He did a good job.
yeah. And Steve Buscemi's in it, too.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
He was a fireman, right?
Yeah, he was a real-life fireman, yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Mhm.
helped
He
him
went
out.
in on 9/11, he went over to help out without people knowing who he was. It's kind of fitting that, he went and helped 9/11. Pete Davidson's dad died in 9/11.
Yeah.
Nice connection.
And I don't know if it's just me, maybe I'm just being harsh, but they make jokes in the movie because the tattoos that Pete Davidson has and gives, They look like complete crap. Logan, I'm sure you know, good tattoos.
Yeah, you call them prison tattoos. That's what we call them.
Okay, they look awful.
Shit tattoos. Yeah,
I was gonna
they're
say
not
hot
good.
needle and Indian ink.
One of his friends has a tattoo of Obama, and it looks awful. It almost looks like like he's blind or something.
Oh man.
Yeah, at the end when he's given the tattoo to, I won't name who the character is, but it's like at the end he's given the tattoo on the guy's back, and then you think maybe it's going to be like this really good one finally, but it's still, they're all terrible.
But it was a nice thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a nice thought. Yeah, that one. But yeah, he did like several of them, and they still had that same kind of like not very good. But yeah, it was a nice little touch at the end there. Yeah, I agree. It went on a little too long, but it was pretty much exactly what I was expecting. Really, I mean, it wasn't anything more, anything less entertaining. Like you said, it was kind of hard for you to root for him just because he was so mopey the whole time. But then again, with his dad dying, you know, I can understand the story. He was at that age when his dad died that it kind of like affected him so deeply that he could never move forward with his life. Yeah. So this movie is about him, you know, finally changing and breaking out of that rut he's been in for all these years.
So he plays himself, basically?
Yeah, exactly. He plays himself. Judd Apatow, you know, he had this in mind for Pete. So, yeah. Pretty much plays himself.
I'm one of the few that don't really like Pete Davidson at all. I don't think he's funny at all.
He's okay.
He's okay, yeah.
He's okay.
And like most of the stuff I've seen like SNL, I don't think it's funny.
He plays himself on SNL sometimes. Like
I think he's the weakest link in the show, really. Everybody else is funny.
Yeah.
You know what the sad thing is
it's my opinion.
He's hit or miss with SNL, but he's got so many strong comedians that back him, that like John Mulaney takes him under your wing, and you're like, oh, I love John Mulaney, so you're rooting for him. But I don't know, like it almost seems like he wasn't made for stand-up, and now he's getting that, but he was never made for sketch comedy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Even before SNL, he was on MTV. I would watch him on that sometimes.
Oh, what was he on MTV?
A show called Guy Code that got canceled.
Oh yeah, never heard of it.
Yeah, because he was on it. I'm just kidding.
How was the girlfriend, that actress? How'd she do in the movie? His girlfriend.
Pretty good.
She's British. She has a really strong British accent in real life.
Oh, she does? Okay, she doesn't have that at all in the movie.
Yeah. I think her name is Belle Pally. Yeah.
Don't know her, no.
She sounds she sounds really Staten Island in it. Like I would have believed if she was actually from there. So.
And they make Staten Island seem like it's not a nice place. Like I've never been there, but they compare it to New Jersey and they make New Jersey sound like it's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That stinks a little bit. That's the only complaint I had about it.
I think a line in the movie is, the only thing good to come out of the Staten Island is the Wu-Tang Clan. No, that's Dave Chappelle. I'm thinking of something else. And Marissa Tomei's in it too. She's pretty good.
She is good as the mom. Yeah, I thought so too. I'm trying to think who else was in that. Dominic Lombardozzi was in it, who's been in The Wire. He showed up as one of the firemen.
Entourage.
Yeah, Entourage.
That's cool.
But yeah, a lot of the cast I didn't know, but I thought everybody did a good job acting. As far as acting goes, it was well done.
Yeah. Judd Apatow's daughter's in it. I forget which one. Maud.
Nice. Is his wife in it?
No, she's not.
What's her name? Leslie something?
Leslie Pitt? What was her name?
Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann. There you go. I have to check it out. Yeah, I was going to try to watch it this weekend. I just got busy. So I'm going to try
to $20 too, which is another thing. Like I was like, oh, $20. Yeah, I paid for it.
Let me get your copy.
I'll wait for it to go $5.99 and then I'll.
Yeah, $20 is pushing it.
Yeah, I was just in a mood to watch a movie, so I was like,
right.
Fuck it.
I'll teach you how to get around it.
Yeah, show me the ways. The other one was that Spike Lee movie, right?
Yeah, the Five Bloods. Did any of you guys see that?
No, I wanted to watch it. How was it?
I got to be honest. It's one of my favorite films of 2020 so far. I loved everything about it. It's
awesome. That's good to hear.
Very political, so depending on who you are, you may not like it, but it has a lot of good themes, metaphors. It's very stylish because Spike Lee's very stylish. even the war scenes that are flashbacks, they film it like how it would look in, like, I guess, a 70s movie. It's very grainy. And it
Oh,
looks
nice.
really
Camera
nice.
effects, nice.
Yeah. The only thing I would really critique it for is Chadwick Boseman is hardly in it. And he's like the poster child for it.
I was gonna say I thought he was the main guy.
No, he's in it for 5 minutes.
It's actually the older cast that gets top billing. It's kind of cool.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a bunch of older guys. I saw on the poster, so I don't even know the. I haven't watched the trailer.
Yeah, Delroy Lindo. I can't remember the actor's name that was on The Wire. The older guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started it, and yeah, like Niall said, the war scenes are filmed like Apocalypse Now, kind of. It's got the grainy style, and it also like the screen goes 16:9 when they do like the flashback to Vietnam, so like it'll change your aspect ratio on there. It's pretty cool.
And it's Spike Lee, so yeah, he likes to have fun like that.
What's
the
that?
aspect change. I said the aspect change is done well.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, they kind of do it like slowly. Like yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And the scene I saw.
It was that movie with Natalie Portman, Lucy in the Sky, that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You see that?
okay.
I did.
I haven't seen it.
The aspect ratio change was annoying in that movie. It was constant.
Like epilepsy is on the screen.
Exactly.
I heard almost everything about that movie was annoying.
Oh, it was
Like,
bad.
I did not hear one good thing about that movie.
And it sucks because what's his name did it? The guy who did Legion and Fargo on FX.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Noah.
Yeah.
I can't
Noah.
remember his last name.
Yeah, but he did it.
Had a real cool idea. Like I saw the trailer and was like, oh, that'd be good, and then wasn't in theaters long, and now it's on HBO, and I still like,
Yeah.
oh.
Have any of you seen Spike Lee's movie Miracle at St. Anna? It's
Yes, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
How was it?
What year was that?
Came out in like 2010, maybe.
Yeah, around there.
Damn, no, I don't know how I missed that. I thought I saw most of his films. I missed that one. What's that one about?
It was
It's
a black
another
platoon in
film.
World War II, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't get a lot of love or press with that one. You know what I mean?
It should have though. I thought that movie was.
Oh yeah.
awesome.
It was.
Yeah, I remember seeing a trailer for it, and then before I knew it, it was at Blockbuster.
It was just. But Kevin, I don't know if it's just me since you saw Miracle at St. Anna. Spike Lee has a thing for French women.
Yes.
I don't know why. I got that same feeling.
Maybe you met one at a Knicks game or something.
Yeah.
French
it was
model.
like the same character.
And you guys all saw Black Klansman, right?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
That was
Yeah, that was
one of my
awesome.
favorite flicks.
That guy's awesome. What's his name? Denzel's son. That's really cool. What's John David Washington?
John David Washington. Yep. Even when he talks, he sounds like his dad. Like he has the same mannerisms. It's pretty crazy.
It sounds weird, but what's his name? Adam Driver. He pulled that movie together for me so much. I don't know why. I really enjoyed him in that. I was like, wow, that's just for some reason I just couldn't. Every time he came on screen, I got real excited because he was doing really good.
He was,
He's
yeah.
an awesome actor.
Yeah, like Logan Lucky. I don't know if anyone saw that.
Yes, I love that
Dude,
movie. That was so good.
he was amazing in it. Like Channing Tatum was like, the main character, but God, anytime Adam Driver came on the screen, you're like, oh, here he comes. He's going to be nice and awkward. And that was another movie. Didn't get any love. No one talked about it. I stumbled across it and thought it was fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. I'm glad he came back, Soderbergh.
Yeah. Yeah, thank God. We need him.
I just wanted to say, did anyone see Dave Chappelle's Netflix special on YouTube?
It's on YouTube or Netflix?
It's on Netflix's YouTube.
Netflix, YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen it now.
No, it's very short. It's only a half hour. It's 846. That's the name of it. Talks about all the stuff that's going on right now, but it's not really stand up. It's kind of like he's preaching. Like some stuff is kind of funny though.
Yeah.
Cool. I love Chappelle.
I love Chappelle. Yeah, I'll check that out.
No, because I grew up with Chappelle. The Chappelle Show. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
They need to bring
For sure.
that back.
It wouldn't do well, not in the PC environment.
Yeah.
Half of none of that would make it right now.
Yeah, they would give
I mean,
him
the
a
first
hashtag.
image of the first episode wouldn't make it right now. With the Blind Klansman,
No.
it wouldn't go anywhere right now.
No, he
Yeah, I
was
remember-
hashtagging the cancel culture like on the first minutes.
Or the Yoda or the Jedi Padawan scandals. That was another thing that had me laughing horribly. Just that whole series was great.
No,
Also, Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories.
Oh yeah, love that. But you know what show would never make it today, and I love it. Married with Children.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that would not work today. But I love it. I love it. It's a classic.
I love it. It's great.
Well, my wife and I started watching Dead to Me, and Christina Applegate's in that.
Yeah,
She's
it's
like, it is
good.
great. I was like, I always see her as, as Kelly Bundy. Like, no matter what she's in, I see Kelly Bundy. Probably because she was a big constant thing throughout childhood, Also, really good show if anyone hasn't seen it yet. I'm only starting the second season now, but
I heard
it's kind of cool.
It's on my queue, so I will watch it soon.
It's
Yeah.
got Linda Cardellini. Is that her name?
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, she's one of the lead characters as well, and I've loved her since Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah,
So,
me too. Mm-hmm.
This show's actually really good, very well written. I didn't think I was gonna like it. Ended up watching it. I was like, oh, it was actually it was one that it's pretty good.
Yeah, I watched the first season. I haven't seen the second season yet, but like you said, it's really good.
Yeah, but for me, other than The Five Bloods, Chappelle's new thing, Staten Island, and the first 10 minutes of Artemis Fowl, that's the new stuff I saw.
Yeah, I've been playing video games mostly in my free time. I've been busy as hell at work too. So I shot a few videos and stuff like that, but I haven't really been watching much. Hopefully this week.
Yeah, the PS5, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was awesome. Did you guys watch it, the event?
No, the event, no. I saw your video, though.
Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I was really excited for it. We got to finally see what it looks like, and they didn't give us a release date yet, just the holidays and a bunch of trailers they released that looks really fucking awesome. Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Oh, that Miles Morales looks
Oh,
great.
man, that's a good way to kick off the event. That and GTA 5. And I'm like, holy shit, Miles Morales. And the graphics look amazing.
Resident Evil trailer, I was like, oh,
Yeah, I know.
looks so great.
I was surprised by that. I didn't even know they're making another Resident Evil.
But honestly, if you want a good launch title, throw Resident Evil at it. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
especially, I loved 7. Was it Biohazard?
Biohazard, that's a VR one.
Yeah, I loved that one.
Yeah,
So
me too.
they lost me around number 5 and 6. I kind of stopped caring. And then I played 7, was like, oh, we're going back to zombies and actually scary stuff. All right, cool. Instead of a weird virus in Nigeria, I think it was, or something in the 5th one.
Yeah, I played the first 3 and then I gave up on them and then started playing on the 7th one. So sparked my interest with the new one.
Well, 4 I liked because I had it on the GameCube and you actually got a chainsaw controller.
So what are you guys gonna do for PS5? It's I heard it's digital or disc.
I'm doing disc. I'm a physical
Disc.
media kind of guy. Yeah, I gotta have the collection.
Yeah.
I gotta have the physical copy. We've talked about that before, Niall.
Yeah.
Like we gotta have the physical copy. So I'm doing the disc.
I've been a disc person, but I'm thinking digital. Just because the kids are trying to play all the time, they want to take the disc out, put a new one in. It's like, it might be easier if they can just pull from the library,
Yeah.
Yep.
So I imagine the one with the disc player will still have, obviously the storage to do digital on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So you might as well just get that one and then you have both, that's what I figured. Plus it has a 4K drive for movies.
Oh.
So if you have a 4K TV.
Plus, always have a gig for save data. Did it always have the gig cloud for save data?
I don't know.
It popped up when I renewed, and it was like now with 1 gig of save game data for the cloud. I was like, man, I can't believe I didn't realize that in the beginning. Like,
Yeah, so it's like
I think they added that later,
and
but I'm not sure. I've never used it though.
if you think about it, gigabyte's not much though. So it's like thank you for that. You can't really say much, but thanks.
I lucked out and got one of those external 2 terabyte ones for. So I think I paid $62.
That's a good deal. Yeah, with the new PS5s too, they got the solid state drive, which is a lot faster compared to like the old hard drives it have. They're a lot faster. The load times would be a lot quicker when it boots up. It's like 3 seconds. Because I have a solid state drive on my laptop for work, and it's super quick. Like if I restart it, it's like a few seconds. So you're going to see a lot quicker boot times on the console.
Yeah, did they test Spider-Man like the one on PS4 now? And they put it in the PS5, and like the loading time was like 3 seconds or something.
Yes, yep, exactly. That solid state drive it's like a little chip compared to like a drive. They're like super small and they're phenomenal.
And how was Spider-Man? I didn't play that game yet.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Good.
Yes,
It's like
very much so. You can even buy the season pass with all the add-ons. Absolutely do it. I haven't liked a Spider-Man game this much since Spider-Man. What was it? Spider-Man 2, where you got the first free roaming as Spider-Man back in that PS2, GameCube, original Xbox.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. And Miles is in that one, but this supposedly is going to be a standalone, which makes me wonder if they're not going to, somewhere in about 2 years, put them together and make that whole a combined universe one.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will after this game.
And honestly, with all how great they've gotten with graphics and stuff, and how great those Spider-Man games look, I would love an Into the Spider-Verse animated game. You know what I mean? Like,
Hell yeah.
Dude,
That'd be awesome.
Sign me up for that.
It would reminds me of like if they did, what was it called? Jet Set Radio, or it was on Dreamcast way back when, and that kind of graphics and stuff would be perfect for it. But like if you could unlock everyone, and that'd be fantastic.
Those were a lot of the games I liked on the PS5 reveal. Games that like had their own style. Like the graphics are good, but they're not realistic. They're stylistic. There were a lot of games of the PS5 launch that I liked. What was it?
There's Horizon, Forbidden West, and Godfall.
Yeah.
A few games that look pretty good. I don't know the stories, but I know Horizon's a sequel, so.
Have you ever played Zero Horizon Dawn? Oh, you have to play that game.
I haven't played it, no.
So good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so good. It's an open world game, and the story's really good, and you're fighting, I won't tell you why, but you're fighting machines that look like animals.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a
Cool.
robotic society. I won't spoil it for you, but it's an awesome game. It's so good.
Cool. Good to know. Yeah, I didn't know. I was like, it was the final trailer they showed at that event, and I'm like, that looks badass. I'm like, oh, it's a sequel.
Yeah, you saw the woolly mammoths at the end. Like
Cool.
They looked like machine woolly mammoths. Yeah.
Holy shit, awesome.
I saw the trailer too, and I didn't know what it was. The whole thing, I was like, I don't even know what this is, and I saw so much love. Like, oh, this is a great follow-up. I was like, oh, all right, well, I might jump onto that game late.
Yeah.
Play that game. It's a great game.
They didn't even tell us roughly what it was going to cost, did they?
No.
All right.
Probably 5 or 6.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
I was guessing 5. Pretty standard, but it's okay. I'll pay it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, of course.
I signed up for the.
Did you guys like the look of the console itself, the design?
Yeah, the design is badass. It looks all futuristic.
I just kept seeing a Netgear router with 2 fins on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
If the lights go up on the middle, I'm so like they stole the idea.
Have you rebooted it?
Exactly. The game's out. Just plug it, count to 10, put it back in. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I work in IT, so me and my colleagues are sending memes back and forth about that, how it looks like a router.
With spoilers, because now it's cool.
Yeah.
Crazy though, like, because I grew up in Nintendo. It's just like I never imagined when I was a kid that it would get this far with the graphics.
I know.
Yeah,
They just keep getting better too. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Who knows what our kids are gonna be playing? Sure, imagine how good stuff's gonna be. Yeah, totally.
Those Oculuses look like way too much fun, but at the same time, a lot of like it looks dangerous. Me and my buddies get a little tired one night, and let's go do that. Like someone's house is getting wrecked, you know. The gateway drug. You play that, next thing you know, you got to replace a window. You know, but it looks worth it.
Speaking of Bill Burr, before, does anyone watch F is for Family?
This new season so far has been fantastic.
Yeah, we watched the first episode, so.
The first episode is all you need.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And I like Jonathan Banks.
First one's
You guys keep talking about this. I need to watch it.
Oh, it's so good.
I keep seeing it on Netflix. I'm like, what the hell is this?
You like
And
Bill
it's
Burr, right?
it's based on Bill Burr's like
Yeah.
roughly his childhood, but he does like 5 voices in the show, and
Really?
so it's
Yeah,
you
it
can
is.
pick up on who it is. But no, there's I just like certain episodes are popping up as I'm talking. Honestly, give it a watch. It's fantastic.
Henry,
Especially
didn't you?
the confessional in the first episode, or the first episode of the 4th season had me crying, where Frank's just screaming about stuff, and like we put in the chat, the long line of coke on the banister. He was like,
Yeah.
"To kill me, I need to find a new dealer." Just,
Yeah, I didn't know what that was about. I just saw the thing about Coke. I'm like, what?
it's fantastic. Like it's a
Sam
very
Rockwell.
bingeable thing.
It's funny, Logan. Yeah, definitely check it out. Justin Long plays his son in it.
Justin
Laura
Long.
Dern's the mom. Yeah, Laura Dern's the mom. Yeah, and Sam Rockwell's like kind of like the McConaughey Dazed and Confused character, kind of like all stoned and does coke. He has
Oh my
big
God.
parties and stuff, and works for a record company.
He has a passion.
But yeah, it's funny. It takes place in the what? I guess is it 70s or 80s?
It's got to be late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, because they
Okay.
still have the huge what do you want to call it? The huge TVs in the
And
cabinet.
like the boxes, the
Right.
big wooden boxes. My grandma had one of those. No, I think there was a Zenith TV.
No, it's really good, and well, it even has black and white shows on it, so it might be take place a little older. But no, like the things they reference, like old cop shows that the guy like beats up the bad guy, drinks a beer, shoots someone, and then kisses the girl. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn was in last season. They usually have like a big guest star.
Oh, yeah.
Vince Vaughn was in it last season.
Yeah, he's an executive
think he's a
producer now. I
producer.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a producer. Yeah, I know. I didn't either, and I saw that on the credits. I was like, oh, okay. So he's heavily involved now.
Yeah, out of a lot of the Netflix originals, like that one I jump on. Like I like that one. I watched Paradise PD, and that's okay, but Epis for Family is by far one of the better ones I have. That, and for a while, Netflix had Happy Tree Friends. I don't know if they still do, but that was one of my favorite things when I was younger. Not even younger, like, oh, I'll watch it tomorrow if you give me time, I don't know, everyone's seen Happy Tree Friends, right?
I've seen bits and pieces of it, yeah. My
Yeah,
friend-
they're just... Can you handle gore pretty well now?
Of course.
Just go on YouTube and type in Happy Tree Friends. They're like little 3-minute snippets, maybe 5 at the longest, and they are probably the funniest thing you'll do. Like you want to wash your soul afterwards, both like, because you're laughing. But like, there's one that's called Snappy, and he's a vet of a certain war, and he has flashbacks. And when he does that, he ends up murdering a bunch of animals. Just it's fun stuff.
I see the butcher knife. I love it already.
Yeah. Although I tell you, if Netflix has got to start pumping out more original content, because people are praising HBO Max now just because of them having Big Bang Theory that they can binge, and Friends. Like those are the two things that people are just going.
Come
They
on.
have Friends and Big Bang Theory, and they can binge it on HBO Max, and they're like, they're only adding more. I don't care.
I'm almost done with that show with Anna Kendrick. I got like
Is it
3
still
episodes.
decent?
It's not bad. It's the writing's pretty good, but it's typical. If you like Anna Kendrick, you're gonna like that show. If you don't care for her, you're not gonna like that show. It's her. She's neurotic. She's like.
So you love it then, man. I said, so
I'll
you
go
love
Anna
it then, right?
Kendrick. I'll watch it.
Yeah, but and apparently the next season's gonna be like a whole new person.
They've been doing that with a lot of shows, like anthology style, like Homecoming. Like I got into the first season, and then the second, I guess, was just like totally different. So I'm not even really intrigued to continue on with that one. Julia Roberts was in it. Sam Esmail, I think, is involved in that one. That's the Mr. Robot guy,
Yes, it's the robot.
the creator. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought the first season was good, and like I said, I just haven't got to the second season because it's totally different. But I guess it still has it'll interlock somehow, but it's different actors.
Okay, cool. Check it out.
Yeah. Another tidbit about HBO Max: they're getting rid of all the Batman stuff. I guess like
What?
The newer stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something with a licensing issue. I think Wonder Woman's leaving.
So is Aquaman.
Aquaman is too. Yeah.
I don't know why.
For some reason.
Warner Brothers put it out, so.
I know. Yeah, I don't get it either, but apparently it's a licensing issue of some kind. So it's going to leave, and I think they're going to get a couple. Like Shazam's going to stay, and then maybe one other one. But yeah, but I don't know how long that's going to last and like when they're going to be back. But that's kind of shitty. Like not even a month after they launch it, then they're going to take away those movies, which are a big
DC
reason
app
why
has
people
those
like
Batmans, but not the Nolans. Although the
Yeah.
trailer for the second season of Doom Patrol dropped.
We did, yeah.
I was going to watch it anyway. They show that. I'm even more on board. You know, like,
That's a good show.
oh,
Yeah,
Doom
yeah.
Patrol's so good. That's
It's pretty good. I'm watching it for the first time now. I think I'm on episode 7, so I'm gonna hopefully finish it leading up into the second one. But yeah,
Now,
it's good. It's
how much do you love Brendan Fraser in the entire thing?
Mario.
Like, he made a lot of the show for me. Just
No, he is the show. I'm only on the first season, but
Yeah.
the second season I still need to catch up on. But I love the first season.
oh, second season hasn't come out yet. Just the trailer came.
Oh, just
End
a
of the
trailer.
month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He makes it, and Negative Man does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I tell you, Alan Tudyk, it's going to be hard to top him as a villain because he was so perfect in that.
No, yeah,
Well, he's the villain in the first season.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Alan Tudyk. He's awesome.
Also, has anyone started Stargirl?
No, I haven't.
So I love Justice Society, Dr. Fate, all that stuff. It's actually not bad, but it definitely feels like it's definitely Greg Berlanti who's like, well, I'm going to update the JSA, and it's got a Doom Patrol feel. But so far you have Stargirl, and one of her spunky friends who hates the world is now has taken another role in the JSA. So it's pretty much the JSA has disbanded. They all died or whatever, and now she's slowly going to try to build it back up with people from her town. So it's good, it's quirky, but Luke Wilson's like the biggest name in that show.
Yeah.
Which network is it on?
That's on the DC app.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's worth a watch just because it's a watch, but right now they have to change up a lot for me to really get into it.
And Bob, have you seen Titans season 1 and 2?
Oh, the first season, yeah. I haven't got to the second one yet.
All right.
And that was a big surprise for me. I didn't know how it was going to go, but man,
Yeah, it was good.
I really enjoyed it. Everyone was mad about Starfire, of course, but the way they did, what was it? They brought in Hawk and Dove, which I thought was really
That was
cool.
excellent.
Those were old school Titans. I like those. But I heard the second season, you get a lot more people.
Mhm.
I'm like, all right, Right now, the boys have been watching Young Justice, so we won season 1, 2, and now we're halfway through season 3,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
and that's really good as well.
Logan, have you seen Titans at all?
I watched half of the first season. It was incredible. Like, I was surprised.
Yeah.
Really
It's like-
good. But yeah, like I had the DC subscription, like the trial for like 2 weeks. So I watched Swamp Thing and I watched half of that season. So I never
Oh,
finished
Swamp
it.
Thing. I'm gonna miss that show.
Oh man, it was so good.
Yeah.
But I watched half the first season of Titans. It was really good. I was very impressed.
Like, I loved how evil they made Raven's situation. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was great.
Speaking of Swamp Thing, they're putting it on the CW, I guess. Like they're gonna, because a lot of their movies or their shows were, in production when COVID hit, so they had to push everything back. So now they bought the rights to Swamp Thing, and they're gonna have to obviously make it PG, and they're gonna show it on the CW. So maybe there's a chance that it could come back, but it'll be under CW. Who knows?
Next week, Swamp Thing heads to Riverdale.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd watch that crossover and all.
Yeah, honestly, Riverdale. My wife watches it. It's not that bad.
I watched the first 3 seasons, and then I was like, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's weird, but I've seen worse.
The first season had a Twin Peaks feel to it.
Yes, it did. Yeah, exactly.
Touring in the town, loved it. And then the second season, I'm like, okay, we're still on here. By the third season, I was like, I don't even know what's happening now. Now we're into D&D. got that, but where's this going, and why is this a thing now?
They brought in some like biker gang, and Archie goes to prison, and just a bunch of stupid shit.
No, they did a comic where Archie meets the Predator.
Oh, I actually just put that in the box. I have that and Archie meets Punisher.
Yeah, they did that.
Another good one is Archie versus Sharknado.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All of these exist. They even made a sequel to Predator.
Yeah, I think the real introduction to comics for me was Archie comics. Like when I was super young, I remember seeing them in like a store in my hometown. I'm like, okay. So, been a fan of the characters for a long time.
They actually make really cool Archie ones now. There was Afterlife with Archie, where it's a whole zombie thing in Riverdale. Then there's Jughead the Hunger, where he becomes a werewolf. Then there's Vampironica, where
Veronica,
turns into a vampire. And then there's one called Blossom 666, which is the Blossom family, but they're witches. All kind of standalones. There's crossover here and there, but they went in with the Chilling Tales of Sabrina, that comic. They saw how good that did, and so they decided to throw everything in with it. And some of it stuck. I love the Chilling Tales of Sabrina. I didn't even see the show yet, but I love the comic a lot.
I couldn't get into that one. I tried on Netflix.
That's what people were telling me, but I was like, I love the comics, so I don't know, I don't know if I like anything of it or.
Yeah, the TV show on Netflix is fantastic. I love it. Sabrina.
Well, I like her. She's from Mad Men. She was in Mad Men.
Yeah, Kiernan Shipka. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember her from the movie Gifted.
Yeah.
She was in with Chris Evans, which was another unsung hero. I thought that movie was great.
Yeah, she was in that other movie, that horror movie, A24. I can't think of it right now. Black Coat's Daughter.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, with what's her name? Emma Roberts.
Oz Perkins. Yeah.
Oz Perkins. There you go. Good horror flick if you guys haven't seen it. Black Coat's Daughter. Kiernan Shipka.
That which movie? Gretel and Hansel.
Is that good?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's exactly like an A24 movie, but it's not A24. It's Orion.
Yeah, I saw like a trailer for it. It looks visually beautiful.
Yeah,
Wait,
Oz Perkins. I gotta remember that. I keep wanting to say Perlman, like Ron Perlman. Son of Anthony Perkins. Yeah. Visually, he's like really good. I think he would be better off as a cinematographer personally than director. That's just my opinion, though. Because every shot in that movie is gorgeous.
Yeah, looked really spooky looking, like dark, and the house in the movie looks really cool.
No, it's like his resume for A24. Like he wants to work there.
Hire him.
Yeah.
I was going to watch The Hunt, but everything got crazy here. So I keep hearing good things about The Hunt, though. I was like, all right, well,
It's great.
I'll
I love
check it out.
Yeah, you texted me about that, Bob. It's really good. Check it out.
My sister told me she's like, oh, I really liked it. But at the same time, she hated Invisible Man. So I was like, I don't know where you're, like, I felt like a shamed father. I was like, what are you talking about? I raised you better than that.
No, The Hunt is good. It's a good movie.
I'm not mad at you. I'm disappointed.
Exactly. Because I have her watching Ready or Not this weekend.
Oh,
And I was like, watch it.
That's a good
Message me after.
Good choice.
So I love that movie. Like, honestly, I need more movies like that. Like, just no fanfare. Just put it out there. Just say, this is what it's about, and just let us form our opinion,
Yeah.
You know those guys are doing the next Scream. The guys who did that movie.
Really?
Good. That's good. I can see them doing good with the next, entry in the franchise.
I thought Scream 4 was going to be our next, like, apex of, like, now we have more stuff, and it just... Was it Scream 4? Yeah.
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 Because number 3 is the one we don't speak of. Like, that one was just god-awful.
How many Cox bangs?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob is a cameo. Yeah.
That's right. Gee, I forgot about that.
Not about that.
The movie within the movie within the movie. Yeah, it started to like Inception itself
Yeah.
before Inception.
We watched part 3 Halloween time. Me and Molly went up to northern Michigan, up in Bear Country, and like some resort. Nobody was there. It was like the fucking Shining. And Scream 3 was on TV. We put it in, and we fell asleep about 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
That's about right.
It's bad.
Yeah, that was Yeah, that was terrible. I remember that one.
It was that one guy. He was in that CW show back in the 90s, Felicity or something. He was like the killer.
Yeah.
I can't think of the guy's name, but it was terrible.
Was it Scott Foley?
Yeah, there you go. That's his
Yeah,
name.
Scott Foley.
Like the first one was good. They could have left it at that.
He was like related to Sidney Prescott. He was like the brother or something.
Like her bastard brother or something.
Yeah, something like that. He's like, "You bitch, you're my sister." Blah blah blah. Like, he's a
And
killer.
Jackie from Roseanne was one of the killers in the second one,
The
wasn't she?
second one, yeah.
Oh shit!
Laurie Metcalf. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
with,
forgot
like
about
Jerry O'Connell, because why not put him in the 90s?
that. Jerry O'Connell, come on.
He should have left it. I'm in a Stephen King movie. Good. Leave it alone. Don't try to get into another thing.
Right.
You were the fat kid, lean on me. You made it big. Stop it now. Rumor of Beyonce being cast as Storm. That started getting a lot of steam. I don't think that's happening, though.
Just
because
Storm, really?
that's originally when they said Beyonce was going in to Black Panther 2, people were trying to get it to be Storm because pretty much we're not getting another X-Men movie.
Nope.
They're waiting for the rights to resort back to Marvel because they just got Daredevil. I believe they have Ghost Rider back, or they might not yet. But
It's in the
Fantastic
process.
Four reverted back.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were saying, "Oh, if Beyonce's in there, she has to be Storm." Like,
Nah,
So
I can't see that.
No.
Probably because I don't like Beyonce. So
All right.
I mean, she's a good singer. I'll give her that, but I don't need her in that movie. You know what I mean? You can't have a person bigger than the role go into a role and not have everything on her. You know what I mean? Like Chadwick Boseman was great because he was James Brown. Jackie Robinson, he's a known actor, but what can he do? And you gave him this platform and he killed it. Everyone knew what Chris Evans was, or who he was, and no one knew that, boom, now he's big as Captain America. Like, the only person I think that got a role that was already, like, huge was Robert Downey Jr., because Chris Evans had some work, but, I mean...
nothing that big.
Yeah, I don't see her as Storm at all. Like, if they want to put her in the movie as a cameo, that's fine. But no, because she's strictly, to me, a singer.
Well, even as a cameo, I think we would all, like, as an audience, everyone would be waiting for the cameo, not paying attention to any plot thing, you know? Like, you can't put, I don't know,
it would take you out of the movie.
the big time.
Yeah.
They would just want to use her for marketing, honestly.
And they don't need it, you know? Like,
Yeah, they don't need it.
A song or something for one of the Marvel films. Let's just sing like a song.
yeah, just,
Exactly, yeah.
if she's on the soundtrack, yeah. If she's on the soundtrack, I'm in.
Yeah.
No, that's, yeah. They'll make Jay-Z Wolverine.
Oh man, hell no.
And that's unless they go more with the fact of that whole thing we were talking about with Craven, where if you're going to introduce us to a shunned tribe, maybe that's the shunned tribe's queen. Don't give her a lot of screen time. Let her die. It sounds terrible, but let her die, and then that way that's the reason for Craven to come out. You know, like, by no means am I saying hire Beyonce to shoot Beyonce on screen. It worked well for House of Wax, though, with Paris Hilton. I went to see it just to watch Paris Hilton die. Not going to lie.
We all did.
And it was such a good death.
It's one of the best death scenes in horror, for sure. One of my favorites.
Slides down, the pole starts showing more and more. Like,
Yeah, the practical effects are really good.
But if Beyonce does play Storm in Black Panther 2, I guess her and Black Panther are crazy in love.
Throw the tomatoes! Niles always on point.
I had to make that crappy pun. I'm sorry.
He was thinking about it when he was all quiet. He was like trying to think of something.
Yeah. Right.
although, to be honest, I would love for them to have Storm and T'Challa like actually get together. That was a great story they had and all that in the comics. But you don't make it Beyonce. Just because, like I said, she's too big for.
I don't see X-Men coming in anytime soon into the MCU.
Man, that's painful. That hurts me.
I think honestly, give it. I hate to say 5 to 7. I think that's a realistic window because
It's too long.
people are going to miss out on a Wolverine movie. People are going to miss these characters, and you have to let the old taste get out of your mouth before you get.
But to me, Logan was like the perfect send-off for the X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the last X-Men movie, that was shit.
Ugh,
Was it again?
Phoenix. Yeah.
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Oh, yeah.
Dark Phoenix. I finally watched it a few months ago. What a train wreck.
Right? I almost wanted to punch myself while watching it just so I learned a lesson.
Yeah, that can go down as one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah, I heard they lost a lot of money on that movie. A lot of money.
It felt like after 20 minutes, everybody gave up on that movie. Everybody. Director.
Well,
That was Bryan Singer, right? Was he the
Yeah.
director of this one too? Apparently.
No. It was Simon
was it?
Kinberg.
He's with the writer
Oh.
for the X-Men movie, so that was kind of interesting how he didn't make a good movie, but it was his first time directing, I guess.
No, it just seemed like they rushed deaths and everything to be like, and now they're gone. We don't have to pay them anymore for this movie. And this one's gone. We don't have to pay them anymore.
You know what Dark Phoenix was? It was like they heard about Captain Marvel and said, we got to do this right now.
I didn't like Apocalypse for a couple reasons, but one was they already started showing like her Phoenix Force and stuff. I was like, no, that's a slow burn. No pun intended.
Yeah.
But like that's a slow burn story. You gotta give us, at least 2 movies, then show it.
I actually didn't mind Apocalypse. The only thing was Apocalypse, because, from the way he looks in the comics, it's awesome. But he looks like Ivan Ooze in the movie.
Ivan Ooze, yeah.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
The Morphin Power Rangers movie, yeah.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac.
Logan's favorite
Hey,
actor.
how do you go from being Poe to being
One of
Calling
the,
George Clooney 2.0.
yeah. Oscar Isaac.
He probably got paid.
That's true. A lot of zeros make your credibility
He's
just
like,
go.
yeah, sure, I'll do it. Whatever. $35 million.
Exactly.
Right.
He'll be Storm.
Moving on from that, we got a bunch of delays for movies. Tenet
That's a shame too.
and Wonder Woman
I
October.
really wanted to see that.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to see Tenet really bad.
Yeah, me too. But I figured that would happen.
Yeah, me too.
Not really expecting any movies to be shown in theaters this year.
I'll be honest, I was surprised.
there'll
Wonder
definitely be
Woman
movies.
was delayed.
Happen.
I didn't think Wonder Woman was gonna get delayed because I don't think, how to put it, I think they're holding their hopes too high for the second one, or they're holding their cards real close to their chest, and we're not seeing anything of what they want to show us. Because I'm watching the trailers, going, none of that looks cool. Like I get it, and I love the old Kingdom Come like uniform and armor she's wearing, but other than that, I was like, oh.
I don't have faith in the way they're gonna do Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. I think it's gonna be really cheesy.
Yeah, I got that feeling too.
Well, I'm looking forward to that movie. I love it. From what I've seen.
Oh, we know.
Yeah.
We know you love it.
Like that one, to me, like throw that on the app, and then if it's terrible, nobody's going to be mad about it,
Yeah.
Well, they won't get mad as long as she doesn't sing Imagine again.
But it's true. Apparently, that's the trigger of everyone. Ghostbusters got pushed back even more too, right?
Yeah.
That one hurts. I'll be honest, that one hurts.
Everything that we're looking forward to got pushed back. Everything.
Bill and Ted 3 got moved forward like a couple days, I think, or maybe a week. Yeah.
Can we please talk about Bill and Ted 3?
Hey, hold on one second. My wife wants to say hello.
All right, cool.
What's your name?
I have a name,
Hey,
Hey.
Mom.
What's up, Molly?
How's it going? These are really
Good,
bright.
you?
Jesus. Like, turn down the lights. How's everybody?
Good.
Good.
We're about to talk about Bill and Ted 3.
Oh,
Ed?
You're not a fan?
No, I'm not a fan of it, no.
no.
Really? Oh, sorry.
I like the first two, but this one, Keanu Reeves, to me just seems awkward. He looks like a guy who's doing an impersonation of his old self, and not even though it's him, it's kind of weird. He just
Yeah.
seems yes.
He looks like he had a facelift. Like, I don't know if they're doing makeup, but he looks very smooth.
Yeah, they probably put a lot of makeup on him.
Yeah, it's like they shaved his John Wick beard, and it's like that's what's under there. Like,
That's a good point. Well, you're not going to get Speed anymore. He shaves his head. He's not going to be that guy anymore. Like, he's going to be an older version of, Although Death is back in this one, so I'm really excited about that. Like, that was one of my favorite characters in the second one. So, I mean, they bring Death back. The girl from Ready or Not is playing Bill's daughter. and I forget who's playing Ted's daughter.
She's from Atypical on Netflix.
Atypical, thank you. Yeah.
I forgot her name, but yeah, she's good. I like her. She'll be good in that role.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'm excited. But then again, I loved Bill and Ted as a kid, so anytime you give me something now that I can afford that I loved as a kid, I'm gonna do it. That's how Scoob got me. I love that movie.
Really?
Oh, they gave me Blue Falcon, Captain Caveman, Dick Dastardly, and Dino Mud. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. I think we're getting Magilla Gorilla next, and I'll watch it.
The nostalgia.
Oh, the nostalgia is very strong, man. Anytime they can cash in, I seriously think, the kids from the 80s are growing up. I think we should give them some more stuff that they'll buy because, they have a career now.
Well, we just finished watching Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2.
Yes.
It was amazing, as always. And then Logan fell asleep for The Report. There we go, on Amazon.
That's a good movie. I like
Oh, holy cow. I was like blown away by
That's
that.
Adam Driver, right?
that. Yeah,
yeah.
Adam Driver, yeah.
He was phenomenal in it, even though he kind of just has like the same reaction all the time. Like
Yeah.
that blank stare into nothing. And it's just like, it was really good though. Surprisingly, it was like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Could have been cut down to I think maybe like an hour and a half.
Mhm.
But that was really well. And I finished Dead to Me season 2.
Oh yeah, Logan.
I just started season 2.
So good. So good.
I have to watch that. I had never watched it.
It's definitely something that kind of comes off like a chick show. Like I don't like using like the stereotypical like chick show because I like men shows. I like value typical. He was like,
we all know exactly what you're saying. No,
like
because my
Yellowstone.
Christine Applegate, she's like, oh, let's watch this. And I was like, fine, whatever. And then I was like, oh, all right. It got real dark.
Yeah, it's like a lot darker than anticipated, and it just like keeps getting darker and darker as you progress in the season. So you have that to look forward to. I got a thumbs up from Logan. I mean, my husband, because he doesn't have a real name. I'm sort of, but yeah, I'm like, let you guys go. Me and my Millennium Falcon are gonna take off. So good seeing you guys.
All right, it was good seeing you.
Well, has anyone seen When They See Us or which one, what's it called? Has John Leguizamo in it. It's about the Central Park kids.
Oh,
When They See Us?
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's hard to watch. I'll be honest, I cried watching it. It's hard to watch, but, it's history at the end of the day, and it is very good.
What's that on?
It's on
On
Netflix.
Netflix.
What's it called?
When They See Us. Ava DuVernay.
Oh yeah, bro, Selma. Yeah.
That movie was fantastic. I
Yeah.
didn't think I was gonna like Selma that much, and then I watched it and was like, oh.
He was
All right.
awesome as a king. What's that guy's name?
Oh, Yellow?
Yes. Yeah, he was awesome as Dr. King.
But that was he also was in True Blood, right?
I didn't watch True Blood.
He was, yeah.
Lafayette.
Way back, yeah.
Yeah, Lafayette.
Yeah, so Logan, we were just talking about Bill and Ted 3. Honestly, I didn't like the trailer.
No, you didn't?
No, because Keanu Reeves to me is very stiff in the movie. And he comes off as someone who's doing an impersonation of himself, even though he's himself. He grew out of the role. And when I see him, I don't see that character anymore. I see John Wick now.
So do I. Yeah,
you know why he's that stiff in that role, though?
Mhm.
At this point, he's been married 20-some-odd years. He's no longer the carefree teenager. He now married and has a kid. He's going to be like, oh, whatever, man. Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know what alternate universe this is now, where it's like he's John Wick, and then he's this other character. It's like maybe in the next John Wick he'll be like Neo. It's like it's all turned around for me now.
Someone made a meme where it says John Wick is the alternate timeline where Ted got put to military school.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fantastic.
That would be awesome.
And then you put him on a bus and he's on speed or whatever.
And speed. Yeah, I would have to agree with you. He was really stiff in that teaser trailer. Alex Winter looked really convincingly good.
Yeah.
And he hasn't acted in a long time. He's been directing and producing for a
He's
long
been directing. Yeah, a lot of documentaries.
So I was surprised how well he did in the trailer. So,
and is it a shame to say I'm surprised he aged that well? You know what I mean? Because you see a lot of people in the 80s and they get their faces all swell at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're not bringing back the girl from Top Gun for the sequel.
Oh, hell no.
Kelly McGillis.
Kelly
You know, give me
McGillis.
Kelly McGinnis right now in that motorcycle scene.
Yeah.
He has the same
It
haircut
would
as
take my breath away, but in the bad
or
way.
Iceman.
Val Kilmer, he had throat cancer, so he had a tracheotomy, so he has to talk through one of those. He has to push on his trach there. So he's in bad shape, but apparently he's going to show up in the new movie in some capacity anyway. So it'll be cool.
I believe they said his son is going to be in it. Like, Maverick's going to end up teaching Iceman's kid in here. There's going to be a young hotshot, and it's
Goose's.
It's Goose's son.
Goose's kid.
Miles
is that
Teller. Miles Teller is playing
Yeah.
Goose's son. Yeah.
Well, the kid can act. I didn't, I kind of dug him in a couple of his roles so far. Whiplash was fantastic. I think we talked about that last time was Whiplash. Like
We did. Yeah.
That was a good movie. He was really good in that.
Bill and Ted 3. It's directed by the guy that did Galaxy Quest. I don't think I ever watched that. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
That was good.
You have to watch
So that's
Galaxy
good if
Quest.
it's
Great movie.
yeah.
That's the
On
one-
Prime Video, there's a documentary on Galaxy Quest about the making and how it became a cult classic.
That's the
It's
one-
Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
That's-
Yep.
Alan Rickman.
Okay.
Alan Rickman, too.
Alan Rickman. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even what's his name? Rainn Wilson's in it. He's one of the aliens in the beginning, and he'll pop up. Tony Shalhoub's in it.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Dan
Oh,
Rockwell's
okay.
in it too.
Sam Rockwell, thank you. Yeah.
Dan
God,
Rockwell.
that movie is loaded. If you think about it.
And Justin Long. He's the nerd.
That's right.
Uh,
No, that movie's so good.
So
It's-
yeah, maybe if it has that same kind of style of comedy, Bill and Ted 3 will work out, because I think it's going to be a short movie too, like 70 something or 80 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be really quick.
Oh wow.
So
Oh, that is
yeah.
pretty short. August? Wow.
yeah, pretty soon. Yeah.
A few months
Let me
from
see. I'll look it up.
If it does come out.
now.
They just changed it.
Nah, I love the
I think it
glasses,
will.
man.
'Cause, I guess AMC is like preparing to open at I think July 1st. So we'll just have to see. Yeah, but I guess it depends on where you live, what's going on. Around me, all the COVID stuff's dying down, so like more stuff's. But I meant, if you're in a big city, I don't know how that is. Logan, how's it out by you right now?
I live in a big city, man. I live in Lake in the Hills. It's massive.
Yeah. Are a
That's
lot
right.
of people out when you go?
The only
or
person
what?
that gets that joke is Bob. Now it's good.
There.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's good. I'm at the reopening stuff, masks and all that fun stuff.
Making the Hill sounds like a horror movie.
Yeah, we call it lit in the hills. We get lit in the hills.
And I live in a
August 14th.
Crystal Lake, which I actually have a Camp Crystal Lake thing for the house now.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
cool
that's
living.
awesome.
It's cool living right next to Crystal Lake. Being a Friday the 13th fan.
No, like here in Florida, it's the same thing. Things are reopening, and you have to wear a mask. I think we're on like a second wave now, or something. I don't even know.
I stopped paying attention, watching the news.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of getting through my daily life. Too much negativity out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see the box office, how the box offices are once the movies do start, like how much they're going to be down and how they're going to have to adjust to that. It'll be interesting to see.
Was AMC the company saying it while I was thinking about closing its doors?
Yeah.
Yep. 'Cause
Yeah.
they lost a lot of money.
I guess they're moving forward. They're still moving forward with opening now. So I guess they have a plan at least to stay open in the meantime.
So
They
They
even
might
streaming
file
platforms-
for bankruptcy, but I don't know how that all works really. So
yeah, so if they're going to open the doors July 1st, I'm definitely not going.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like an awful experience. I have to wear a face mask to watch a movie.
Mhm.
apparently, no, you don't have to wear it like once you're in there.
Oh,
You don't have to. You just have to like wear it when you're like out in the lobby, I guess, around people. But apparently, when you're in the theater, you won't have to wear it. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but I did read that they're going to open up Inception the same week that Tenet was supposed to open up, just like because they're going to be open anyway, to like lead into the next couple weeks when Tenet comes out.
And speaking of Christopher Nolan, Logan, I sent you a text about the Joker and Matt Reeves.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking we could talk about, because the rumor is that he wants to put the Joker and like the Batman sequel. So I thought like we could talk about actors we think could play the Joker, except Willem Dafoe, because he's like the obvious choice.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good topic to talk about because we're all pretty excited for the Batman. The actor I thought of was Will Poulter.
Yes.
Yeah, me
The
too.
British. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Kevin was going to know because of Pennywise from It.
Yeah.
He was supposed to play Pennywise.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
He's short though. He's like he's stocky.
yeah,
Mhm.
Unless they could do tricks with cameras, but yeah, they could do that.
yeah. That was my first choice. I thought of Joker. I'm like a younger, because I'm not really sure what they're doing with the Joker. Is he going to be older or younger? So I thought a younger version would be Will Poulter.
Yeah. And he could do good with it. I think he brings something new.
Yeah, and he's a good actor. He does a lot of different roles.
Yeah.
Detroit, he was really good in Detroit as the cop.
Yeah, that's why he didn't do Pennywise. I think he was filming Detroit maybe or doing something with that still.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
So that'd be my choice. What
Another
about you guys?
a big name that I picked, just like thinking of like Oscar, because everybody that plays the Joker's lately been vying for an Oscar besides Leto. Jake Gyllenhaal, just throw that out there. He'd be the kind of guy that could put on a killer performance, I'm sure.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, like you said, I don't know if they're looking for older, younger, or what. But he's around. I mean, he's older, but he could still fit in, I think.
He has the look. He's
And
like
then-
skinny and
And for me, I have Jake Gyllenhaal too, only because, Nightcrawler. I have Johnny
Yeah.
Depp. I think he would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Will Poulter I have. And Caleb Landry Jones, he's the guy from Get Out, who was the UFC character, like the one at the table.
Yeah, the brother.
The brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he just looks.
Wasn't he in Detroit too?
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in something more recently too, wasn't he? Other than Get Out.
Yeah, I can't remember. Oh, God. I don't remember, but I know. Can't remember.
I mean, if they're going, because this is supposed to be like early Batman, so I'd assume somewhat younger Joker. But someone I've always wanted to play the Joker, never. I don't know why no one ever. Crispin Glover to me always would be an amazing Joker.
Yeah, I could see that.
He has the dark demeanor. Like he was in Willard, and if you look at Willard,
Yes.
like the way he, like
His hair
exactly, like
parted.
Yeah.
he'd be cool as Joker. There was always a joke, but I still think it would be good. Macaulay Culkin could actually pull off a Joker. If you've seen Party Monster,
Yeah.
he has real, almost not flamboyant, but kind of thing. And to me, Joker is flamboyant, and you want to do that. Like that's the kind of flamboyant you want, like just devil may care attitude. And if they want, they could say that he got that way because his parents left him alone for a long time. Like they could totally bring Home Alone canon at that point. But
I never thought of that. Yeah, I could see that.
another one was I'd always laugh that Chandler Parsons from Big Bang Theory could be a great Riddler.
He could, yeah.
Because but no, honestly, I thought Crispin Glover or Macaulay Culkin. It sounds weird even saying Macaulay Culkin's name in an acting role, but he could pull it off really well.
Yeah.
We'll see him soon on American Horror Story.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting the acting bug now, and he's already shown he's a good actor. Because as a kid, I forget what role. It was pre even Uncle Buck, but like being a kid.
The Good Son?
The Good Son? Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's even prior to that. He was a kid. He lost a family member, and they did like a Viking funeral for him. But the way he was he actually was a really good actor as a child. So I think he could really pull off an adult role. And if you want to establish yourself as an actor again, go in when they go, you want to be a Joker, be like, I bet you I could do better than Leto. They'll put that check right there.
But he was saying he can't act anymore. He can't remember his lines from all the drugs he's done. But he was saying that like in an interview recently, a few months ago, saying like he can't act anymore. So I don't know. Maybe if he practices, gets back into the game.
Or he just freestyles his lines, whatever comes to it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Just
got
read
a
off a
podcast.
teleprompter behind the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Bunny Ears podcast. Yeah.
He was on this video game YouTube channel. It was really good. They were playing the
Oh yeah, where
Home
he's
Alone video game.
Home Alone games. Yeah.
And I think that's where he was talking about he can't act anymore. Can't remember his lines.
Well, I heard that's why Nicholson's out too. But
Yeah, it's
obviously different reasons is he's getting
He's old.
old.
Yeah, that's true. You can't remember shit. So what was that line again?
Take 97. Johnny.
All I have to say is I'm here. That's it. I'm here.
Logan, I thought another thing we could talk about was, we talk about movies we love, but I want to talk about movies we hate. Like the worst movies we've seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to play a game at the comic shop called Love, Hate, Hate, Love, which was a movie you loved, a movie you hated, and a movie that you hated you loved. And you would name out a celebrity, and you would do that with every one of them. But I like the just hating and loathing movies, though.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of really shitty good ones. Let's see here. Worst movie of the year for me is Capone.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see that.
Really bad movies over the years. Trolls 2, Showgirls, Batman and Robin with George Clooney.
Oh, yeah. That's so bad it's good. I laugh every time I watch
That's
it.
the bad nipples, right? The bat nipples?
Yep.
Bat nipples and the Batman credit card, don't forget.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Mr. Freeze ice
Batman
skating.
movie.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
God, yeah,
Freeze.
freaking Schwarzenegger. They're singing Snow Miser and stuff. I was like, this is like, even as a kid, I was like, all right, that's oh God, yeah, that was a terrible film.
Talk about a cold shoulder. Oh, God.
I remember seeing Batman and Robin in the theater and thinking it was terrible then in the 90s. It came out in 97, I think.
Yeah,
So
97.
you love the soundtrack.
Yeah, and they had R. Kelly singing Gotham City for some reason, yeah.
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 I like
Well,
that.
get somebody after Batman and Batman Forever with Seal. So they're like, who should we
Did
get?
you know
Get R.
that
Kelly.
when it snows?
And it's like a windy night in Gotham, and he has that shirt all open.
Like, what are you doing?
That was big back in the day with like the pajamas open and like the desert with wind. And,
The velvet, like velvety
Yeah.
pajamas.
Oh yeah, if you sang an R&B song in the 90s, your shirt had to be open, it had to be raining, you had to drop to your knees, and you had to say girl at least 10 times.
Leave my personal life out of this.
I mean, I knew you looked familiar on certain things, but I was like, you know what, he has the shirt on. I can't be sure that he wasn't in
Yeah, you're describing Boys to Men music video right there.
that. Yeah, almost all of them, too. Like,
The water runs dry.
Yes.
oh, God, yeah. Or Usher, any Usher thing,
Yeah.
shirt's always open.
Yeah.
Although this could also be the fact that, we're like, they're in good shape. Screw them.
The washboard abs.
Anyways, my worst movies of all time, at least the ones that I've seen, Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, 50 Shades of Black, Yoga Hosers, and the absolute worst movie I've ever seen is movie 43.
Thank you. My roommate in college loves movie 43. I'm like, why?
I can watch movie 43 all the time. I don't know. It's terrible, but it's a guilty pleasure film.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
It's
Please don't.
I've never even heard of it. Actually.
it was a movie that
Is
was
there a
actually
plot?
banned. They were gonna put it out and then they pulled it like twice. And then I think but it had like Chris Pratt and Anna Faris.
It has an A-list cast. It does.
Jackman.
Yeah,
You
Hugh Jackman has balls on his chin.
What?
Halle
Yeah.
Berry puts her boobs in a bowl of guacamole.
You know what, Logan? Like I said, I have Flashpoint Paradox in one of my boxes. I'll let you borrow that and movie 43 and just see. I'm curious on your opinion on both of them.
I'll check them out. Definitely hook it up.
May God be with you. I hate that movie.
Flashpoint Paradox is honestly one of the best DC animated movies they made.
Mhm.
But
Cool.
I could see movie 43 being. I'd watch it as a guilty pleasure, like that and Kung Pao.
Kung Pao. There you go.
Love
That's
that movie.
it's so bad it's good.
I have that and all of the Thumb movies he made, like Bat Thumb, God Thumb, Thumbtanic, Thumb Wars, and the Blair Thumb Project. There's I love those so much.
And the thing is, like, for me with Alvin and the Chipmunks, the road trip, because I actually saw that in theater. Don't ask why. It's just, it's a movie for kids, but it's written by like 60-year-old men who don't know anything about children, and you can tell from the writing.
Is that the one with Jason Lee?
Yes.
All of them have Jason Lee.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember those like coming out.
Like there's a, I'll never forget it. It's like I have PTSD. The Chipmunk girl says to Alvin, "Oh, this is my Jizam," and I'm like, okay, for one, it's not the '90s. You just said jizz in a kids movie. Oh man, I hate that.
Oh, that's bad.
The first one saw Theodore crap on the couch, and Dave's like, "Is that what I think it is?" And Alvin's like, "No, it's a raisin." And he pops it in his mouth and eats it. And like Dave's like, "Oh," walks away, and Alvin looks at Theodore. He's like, "You owe me." Like, "Oh, no."
Oh man, that's awful.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it's a shame because everyone loves it. And it's a very unpopular opinion. I cannot stand Lost in Translation. I can't.
I understand why. I like it, but I understand why you hate it. It's esoteric. It's very.
It was a long trip to get to where it wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, and it's a shame because I love Bill Murray, and maybe I held it up to a higher standard because Bill Murray's in it. I didn't like that movie at all.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. It was overhyped.
It was
Big time.
It was just kind of a slow burn.
Scarlett Johansson did it. I forgot that.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland, Johnny Depp ones. Those are god awful.
Yeah, they were terrible. I was like,
Again, they let Tim Burton be Tim Burton, and sometimes you shouldn't do that.
Well, let me ask you this: with Batman Returns, do you feel like that's more of a Tim Burton movie?
Oh, that's a Tim Burton movie.
Oh yeah,
Batman Returns. Yeah,
I love that movie though. I love Penguin.
Oh, Danny DeVito's Penguin was interesting.
It's Frank Reynolds in a superhero.
yeah. The first two are my favorite for sure.
Yeah,
all the
the
Batmans
rest got really bad. Now I don't know. Now that I brought Tim Burton up, like he has a lot of movies I didn't like, but not worst movie quality. But yeah, the Alice in Wonderlands were just.
Any of his like newer movies are not good in my opinion.
No, I mean I love Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice,
80s and 90s Tim Burton. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, is it Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yes,
It's a Tim Burton film.
Yes, it is. Yep.
And Rob Zombie was a sound technician on the movie as well, because Tim Burton wasn't it Tim Burton and Rob Zombie friends in college or something?
yeah, something like that.
What do you think
It's
would have
like-
happened if he would have did the Superman movie?
Oh, I wish that happened.
That would have been interesting.
They made the documentary. You can find it.
Yeah, I
Where
saw it.
they even show Nicolas Cage in the suit.
He has black hair, right?
Yes.
He has like long hair.
It's going to light up and so bad. Kevin Smith has it in one of his one-man shows where he talked about writing the script for it. And the guy who was writing it, who had written, I can't remember what he wrote. It was a big Barbra Streisand movie, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% positive, but every time he's like, and in the third act, we get a giant spider, and that's going to fight Superman. And Kevin Smith's like, well, there's no big spider. Why would there be a giant spider? Every draft they put, the guy would go, and then in the third act, here comes a giant spider. So anyway, that script got
Wild West, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the guy who wrote Wild Wild West, where in the third act, for no damn reason, there's a giant spider.
Oh my god.
Which Wild Wild West was one of the worst movies that just...
You saying that, I'm like, wow, that was a pile of shit. I remember seeing that one in the late 90s when that came out.
When you guys
that's back in the summer of Smith. Like, for the longest time, if you put Will Smith in a movie on a holiday weekend, it was going to bring you money.
And when you guys see Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, remember the big spider.
It all comes full circle.
It does.
You know what's sad is when it comes to Will Smith movies, There's a lot. I only like a couple. Like I like the two Bad Boy movies I saw. Enemy of the State, I feel like doesn't get enough recognition as a Will Smith movie. Great. But other than that, like there's
iRobot.
I didn't like iRobot. I didn't like Suicide Squad. I didn't like 6 Pounds of
I
whatever.
Am Legend.
That movie, Concussion, was pretty good.
I haven't watched that one. Just because by that point I was like, I'm done with Will Smith.
He was good in that movie. I actually liked him in that movie.
I think it's because he's Will Smith in every movie at this point.
Yeah.
I felt the same with like Tom Cruise after a while. Like Last Samurai, I was like, oh good, Tom Cruise being a spider. You know,
pretty much, yeah. It's the same caliber. They're always kind of the same roles. You know, it's hard to take them serious at times.
But no, Will Smith, I'm sure there's still going to be some movies he puts out that I'll like. After Earth, that was another terrible, terrible movie.
Yeah.
Although, I love the fact that you find out they're in Philadelphia. Like, oh, look at that, the Fresh Prince made it back to Philadelphia.
The Fresh Prince.
Henry, what suggested you got? I was going to say, you're the only one who hasn't chimed in on some horrible movies.
Yeah, I don't know. There's been so many along the years. I just really remember Showgirls, like watching it because everybody's like, you need to watch this because it's so terrible. And yeah, it really lived up to it. It was horrible acting, just like bad writing. Everything all around was just horrible. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it. And I never rewatched it. Never will again. It was a complete waste of time.
It's a huge like cult classic now. I just read an article about how Showgirls has this big following, you know. And I'm like, no, it just sucks.
Yeah.
The only reason I saw it was Jesse Spano from Saved by the Bell got naked. Like,
Elizabeth Berkley, right?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah, they're like, hey, Jesse gets naked. Like, I'm going to see it.
I'm so excited!
Here I was there for the story. I should have just liked what I saw, you know, for the visuals.
Yeah, it goes
examining it too much.
It was down as one of the worst for sure.
Yeah, it was bad. One of the people don't really like Halloween 3, but I've grown to like it a lot over the years.
I'll admit I'm one of them who doesn't like Seasonal Witch, but at the same time, Logan, actually, when we were first talking, you said give Seasonal Witch another shot.
Yep.
Leave it as a standalone. All right, and I still haven't had to find that any of the Halloweens on Blu-ray right now, they only want to sell them in a pack, and it's over like $100-something bucks.
I got you. Next time we meet up, I got Halloween 3, so give it a chance.
Hey guys, I gotta head out.
All right,
man.
I got one movie to leave you with that's terrible. John Travolta and Gotti.
Oh, hell no.
So talk about that, and I'll listen to what you guys say.
It's said that two famous mobsters have horrible movies made about them.
Later, Kevin.
Take care, man.
He was in that new movie Fred Durst directed. I never saw it.
Fanatic?
The Fanatic.
The Fanatic. Yeah, there you go. I heard it was terrible.
It's so bad that I actually really enjoyed it.
Sometimes it works.
And the thing is, Fred Durst plays his own music in the movie. Like, they stopped the movie just so the character can say, oh man, this is some great Limp Bizkit right here. Isn't that right? And he's like talking to his 10-year-old.
No, this is terrible.
Isn't this just regurgitated corn? Like it's like
Pretty much.
corn.
Yeah.
And like John Travolta plays a character named Moose, who's autistic, but he loves movies, and like he's really obsessed. But this actor that he really loves is a terrible person. So you're rooting for Moose the whole time, even though they try to make it like he's the villain. You should check it out. It's really funny.
Interesting.
Who's the star that he's a stalker over? Like, who is it supposed to be, a singer or an actor?
It's an actor from like a crappy looking TV show.
Oh.
Like, look, the first encounter is Moose says, oh, I'm a big fan of your show. Can I have your autograph? And then the guy's like, you know, I'll chop your dick off if you talk to me like that again. Like, he's terrible from the very beginning. I'm actually rooting for Moose to win.
That's exactly what John Travolta's like if you ask him for his autograph.
Yeah.
I'll sign an autograph on an L. Ron Hubbard book. And you're just like, oh. Speaking
you
of
should have
John
mentioned
Travolta,
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth, another terrible movie. It's so bad.
Yeah, really bad. Horrible.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, don't. Like, that's not even a guilty
Didn't he have
pleasure.
like dreads in that or something?
Yeah, they were like predators.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like I vaguely
Basically,
remember seeing
yeah.
like a picture of it.
it was really bad. Actually, a lot of bad movies usually have John Travolta somewhere in it. A lot of people like it. I can't stand Face Off at all.
Really?
A lot of people who
seen it
I
once.
can't
Really, I
stand.
like that one.
I love that movie. I watched it like 2 weeks ago. I have it on Blu-ray.
I don't know what it is.
The
I don't know if I don't like it because of the way John Travolta is, or the way like Nicolas Cage acts. Nicolas Cage Nicolas Cages himself because he's Nicolas Cage playing John
Over the top.
Travolta, acting as Nicolas Cage, and that in itself was just like, oh, he just overdid it, you know.
Well, it's Nicolas Cage. You know what to expect.
Well, right.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, though, like Con Air, I'll watch Con Air all the time. I don't know.
With the bunny.
He uses that accent about 4 times during that movie. I think he picks up an additional one too. I'll watch that movie for John Malkovich.
Henry, do the
Oh,
impression.
He kills it. I can't on the spot. I'll butcher it. But yeah, you're right. Put the bunny in the box. Old shitty.
With his hair.
And poor Dave Chappelle is nothing but a memo. Like, he gets killed and he writes on him and lets him just. The only good things in that movie: Steve Buscemi, Danny Trejo, and John Malkovich.
Ving Rhames.
Oh,
He's
Ving
good.
Rhames, that's right. He was in that too.
Yep.
The villains was really a A-list. Then you had
Yeah.
Nicolas
John
Cage and
John Cusack was the good guy. Yeah.
I mean, that all stemmed from after The Rock, because The Rock was this like big movie, and I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think,
a good movie for sure.
All that happened afterwards, which led us to just Face Off. I just don't know.
Is it the
Again,
concept?
You
A lot
take
of
their
people-
face off.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just reminded me of like the people who don't like a song because they don't say the title in the song.
Mhm.
It's like, well, no, literally, we're taking our faces off. It's like, oh, all right. I mean, I get it. It's a little lot. Okay, you know.
Also should mention Into the Spider-Verse 2 production.
Started production,
Yeah.
right?
They had the poster, like a little graphic for it.
Absolutely.
That was a cool announcement. I didn't realize that they were moving forward with that, but I guess it's not the same people involved, right?
Yeah. And that's like the best animation I've seen in years. I love that movie. And when I go back and watch it, every time I notice something new.
Yeah.
Same
Really
here.
Awesomely done. Yeah, very unique. Never seen that style before.
I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about Miles Morales until I watched that movie.
I think that one's
Video
going to
game
follow more the female. They're going to bring in like Silk and all these other female-led ones, and they're going to bring in what was her name, Madam Web, who
Yeah.
Stanley created in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, so his wife could do some voice acting. If you ever watched the Spider-Man cartoons and Madam Web comes on, that's Stan's wife.
At one point, they were talking
Oh,
about a
that's
Madam
neat.
Web movie, which sounds whatever to me. Sony was.
Well, that's what I think they're going to do with Into Spider-Verse 2, because I think they're going to put a lot more of the. At least I think that's what you want to do with it. Because they wanted to give us an Aunt May movie as well. Just, I don't get it.
What's the point?
I haven't even seen the show Pennyworth, and people told me that was worth seeing. That was another character. I was like, I don't know if I even should watch that.
And me and my son watched it like 5 times. It's like one of his favorite movies.
No, it's great.
So I'm really excited for the second movie.
It makes me feel like I'm 5-year-old when I watch it. So
Yeah. I remember watching the first time. I'm like, damn it, I wish I would have seen this in theaters. You know?
I did. It was amazing, dude.
Yeah. I was late to that one. I'm like, God damn it. But yeah, it's definitely a fantastic movie.
The sequel's set for 2022, so it'll be a while, but not too far.
Well, I mean,
Take all the time they need to get that animation back and hopefully get a worthwhile story.
but it's going to be different writers this time, yeah? You
Yeah,
said, right?
Yeah.
it is.
Yes.
Which could be good, could be bad. I mean, if you're going to tell us a different story, great. But let's not forget, the guys who gave us Spider-Verse also gave us the Emoji Movie. So, well,
That's true.
Yeah, it'll be here before you know it.
They're developing a series now, the Chernobyl people behind Chernobyl are involved. I think the guy that directed a lot of those episodes is doing the first pilot episode. So far, no casting news, but yeah, it's going to be based on the first video game. So that's pretty exciting. An HBO property based on that, and that kind of world can be really cool. I think the video game is very cinematic in itself, so a lot of similarities, of course, will be drawn between that and Walking Dead. Last of Us 2 is coming out, and I've managed to not read anything on it. I think I saw an IGN review posted. I scrolled to the bottom just to see their number score, and it said 10 out of 10. So I was like,
damn,
awesome.
Really?
So yeah, but I mean, they gave the first one, I think, really high. It might have been 10 too, but yeah, they say it's the second one's supposed to be great too. So yeah, like I said, I haven't heard any plot points, nothing, because there's a lot of spoilers out of there. Because a couple of months back they said that it was spoiled, so I've managed to steer clear this far. So yeah, I hope to pick it up. I think I might pick it up for Father's Day.
Yeah,
I still haven't played the first one. It's digitally downloaded. I just haven't played. I've heard amazing things though.
Yeah, you should play it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I've been replaying it the past few weeks. It's pretty much what I've been doing in my free time. I love the story, characters.
Yeah.
Trying to get ready for the second one, basically.
As far as casting goes, I would do Hugh Jackman and the girl from Booksmart, Caitlin Dever, I think.
Dever, yeah.
That's
I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
That's good casting. I could see that.
She was good in Caitlin Dever. Is it Caitlin Devers? She was good in Justified. She had a good role in one of the seasons. So yeah, that's a great choice. So this has been episode 78 of the Cinephellas podcast. Guys, it's been a great time catching up with you. We look forward to doing this again in another couple weeks, and we'll tell you all about the latest news in the movie world. Hopefully we'll be getting some movies opening up within the next month of July. We'll see how that's going to go, see how things go moving forward. And I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss next time. Niall will have your upcoming interview. Or are you reviewing or are you interviewing too?
I was going to interview and see how it goes.
Awesome. So we have that to look forward to. Logan, you're always working on stuff like crazy. I'm going to reach out to Matt Damon again. Hopefully at time this time. Bob.
Fingers crossed.
Yep. It's been good seeing you guys. I guess until next time, boys, stay wild.
Stay wild, y'all. Cheers. Cheers now.
Love you, boys.